Hey everyone! I think most of us are excited for fall, and today I'm sharing with you a quick peek into some of the stores I've been popping in and out of over the last couple of weeks, getting my fall on. So this year I'm going for a lot of rusts, ambers with black mixed in for that moody vibe. And today I hit Aldi. They have some fantastic fall finds, and I know you'll want to have a look at those, especially if you haven't finished decorating. And then I'll share my little haul with you. I will also be sharing with you the fall decor that I've got out. Hopefully some of you will get a couple of ideas, a little inspo along the way for your decor if you haven't finished it. So without further ado, let's get into it. So we're here at Aldi, and I have a couple of things on my list I'm hoping to find. Okay, first up, these decorative wax pumpkins and pears. These are so popular this year, and this is the best price I've seen, $7.90. Same thing with these acorns. These are $9.99 a set. Love those. I already have some. And this artwork, you guys, wow, that's just what I've been looking for. And one thing that's on my list today are these florals. These sort of maroonish, burgundy, rusty leaves are so popular. And at $3.99 a stem, you guys, this is the best deal you'll find. These little cast iron pumpkins are so adorable, and they're food safe. You can cook in them. They also have a lot of little glass vases that are cute. And they have these gorgeous pumpkin glass domes that are cake plates, if you will, cookie platters, a decorative thing to put out on your counter. Those are big, $16.99. And look at this beautiful pumpkin. I am so tempted. $14.99. Aldi has really knocked it out of the park this fall. I am here specifically for some of these plates, $7.99, 4 in a set. They have gold, they have white. These leaves are so popular this year as a candy dish or on top of decorative books. I am going to use them as coasters, possibly also as a candy dish. I wanted these for appetizer plates. I go with the pumpkin. And these are big serving platters. These are ceramic, spray painted to look like metal. They have them in gold and white. They also have a big pumpkin. I don't need any of that. I'm just looking. It's fun to look, right? They have these fantastic wooden turntables, cutting boards, glass pumpkins, you name it. They've got it this year. I am really loving everything here. It's going to be hard to tell myself no. These wooden bowls are pretty. Good price on these two. Good size. You could use these on your counter for fruit, fill them with potpourri, even put a little stand on the bottom if you wanted to. Now these are really high-end looking. $14.99, a little on the pricey side, but for this sort of candle, I think that's a good price. These would be fantastic at Christmas time, but they also have some that will work well for fall and Christmas with these orange rinds in them. Lots of options on candles at Aldi this week. These fall leaves are fun. These are flameless candles with a timer. These are made to look like birch branches. Fantastic candles here, long wooden ones with multiple wicks. They also have these layering rugs in several different fallish yet neutral colors. I already have one, but I wanted to show you what these look like. These little pet beds are a hoot. We've got a cinnamon roll, candy corn, $14.99. It's definitely time to head to the checkout. So now I'm back from Aldi, and let's go over my little haul. As you saw in the store, they had so many good things, you guys. Put several things in my cart, then took it back out because girl only needs so much fall gear. But I was thrilled to see this artwork. This is really large for $9.99. And I have a specific spot I want to put that. Perfect. And I have been running around looking for a fallish, moody artwork right about this size for that spot in every store. This isn't fall per se, but I love it that it's cast iron. This is the first time I've seen a cast iron saucepan in any store that I frequent. I had to snag that. Adding to my florals this year in a big way, and when I saw these in the Aldi ad, I knew these were going on my list. Now I haven't fluffed these out, but I think that stem's about the perfect length for the typical vase I would put these in. And I love that they're kind of a brownish burgundy and not overly bright. I only got 3 stems, but at $3.99 a stem, imagine these fluffed out. That's going to be a very full arrangement for 12 bucks. And then I saw these and I couldn't resist. Such a fabulous fall color. I love peace roses. And they were only $6.99. I should have sniff tested these in the store because these were pretty pricey. $6.49, I think. And these don't really smell cinnamony or pine coney. So I think I'm just going to return both of these because $12.50, I don't think it's worth it. And then the other thing I snagged today are these little plates. So I'm happy with those. Now let's move on to that fall decor tour I promised you guys. So this year I want to mix things up and I'm going for a moodier, darker look with classic fall colors. I also didn't buy much fall decor over the last few years, so this year I was ready to do some shopping. Really wanted to add some new florals and artwork, so of course I had to hit Hobby Lobby first. And boy, did they deliver. I hit Hobby Lobby middle of August because they had their spring artwork on sale for 75% off. It's all their fall stuff on sale. So of course I had to cruise the floral aisle first, which tends to be one of the more expensive things. But when it's 40% off, it's not too bad. And of course, living in Florida, this is the only way I'm going to get to see true fall colors. So here I am, my eyes are happy. And I have a couple of different types in mind. So I'm gonna shop around, see what I can find. And the oh so popular burgundy stems. But that's kind of pricey. Love this style, and I am definitely going to pick up at least one of these bauble stems. And one of these pale leaf stems to round out a DIY arrangement I made a couple years ago. I'm also going to check out their vase and vessel section. These aren't on sale, but they're usually a pretty good price compared to home goods, surprisingly. And I'd like a couple darker pieces to round out what I already have. Now on to the artwork. This is the regular wall decor section, and I'm just cruising this aisle to see what they have in general that goes with the fall theme. They tend to carry this stuff all year long, and every couple of weeks they put the wall decor, which includes the artwork, 50% off. So I just want to have a look-see. I'd like to pick up some smaller pieces that will hopefully fit in my bookcases and a couple other areas I have in mind. And then hopefully I can find some larger pieces on a fantastic spring sale. So let's head over there and see what they have on clearance. This artwork aisle, 90% off, you guys. They are speaking my language. Oh, let's see what we can find. That's gorgeous. Kind of fallish colors there. That's definitely fallish looking to me. I really like this one, but I think it's a little too big. Probably have regrets not getting this, but we continue to hunt. Okay, I've got a cart full here, you guys. Some for fall, some for winter, spring. Now it's time to look at actual fall stuff. I do already have a lot, but I've got a couple smaller items I'd like to check out and see what I can find. I like these little glass flameless candles they have here. I might have to snag a couple of those. My cart is stuffed, but I still want a wreath for the front door because mine is worn out and Hobby Lobby's are too pricey. But for Hobby Lobby, I've got to say, they know how to do the florals and the artwork is fantastic. But other than that, they really didn't have much in the way of new decor, even throw pillows and whatnot. Kind of seemed like reruns to me. And Burlington happens to be right next door to Hobby Lobby in West Palm Beach, so I had to pop in there just to see what they had. And I was so glad I did because Burlington has really stepped up their fall decor game this year. Not sleep on Burlington, you guys. I'm telling you, I was shocked how much they had gotten in and how good their prices are. So if you're still decorating for fall, check out Burlington. Now that I've got my shopping fix, let's get back to my fall decor. Let's kick off this tour on my front porch. I got these faux mums at Hobby Lobby, along with the little black vases for next to nothing, 90% off. So between this pot and the other pot of faux mums, I paid a total of $32. And, you know, these would cost me $15, $20 to buy real mums. And of course, I got the wreath at Burlington, $12.99, you guys. I think it's gorgeous. I didn't add a thing to it. Came like that. So let's head on inside and check out this cozy, moody vibe. I've got to say, I am living in a sea of brown. I don't like it. My sofa set is 16 years old. I attempted to buy IKEA slipcovers. They didn't fit, much to my disappointment. But I'm trying to make up for it and throw pillows and blankets because I plan to move, so I'm not trying to buy expensive new furniture. I got a couple of new throw pillows at Ross this year. I can't believe how nice these look for what little I paid, $9.99. Really loving this little guy. I wish I could have found more than one of him. I like these faux leather looking pillows. Definitely like this little cozy throw. I got that at TJ Maxx. I think that was $24.99. And I have to say, in my pursuit of getting rid of some of the sea of brown, I lucked out and found these little end tables last week at Habitat for Humanity, you guys. I was so thrilled. And they happened to be having 25% off everything in the store that day. This little round table was $30 before the discount. The square one was $40 before the discount. Gabby and I spotted this little ottoman, free curbside pickup, before she moved to Kansas City, and I still love it. I decided to go with a black tray for the first time ever on this ottoman. And I'm trying to add in as much texture as I can in the smaller decor items. I found this sweet little amber bird at Burlington, $4.99. And this little $8 Burlington vase, I bought it for the texture. I put the faux flowers in another wreath, and I'm using it for my remotes here on the tray. I like to put my feet up on the footstool, which is why I have that instead of a proper coffee table. My way of being able to decorate is to have a tray in the middle. I may rearrange it, we'll see. And I have had these bookcases for 20 plus years. They weren't very expensive when I bought them, but I enjoy decorating them. This year, I bought these florals at Michael's after seeing a video Jenna Pierce put up. I like the way they have that moody, dark look, and I kind of like that bendy, frondy look. I got the vase at Ross. It had been solid black with some cheapo rattan wrapped around the handles. I cut that off, and I spread chalk all over the vase, rubbed it around, then gave it a spray paint of sealant, and I think it looks great. The wrought iron pumpkins from Ross, and the little glass candle in the middle is from Hobby Lobby. I'm really loving those this year. And my method for decorating the bookcases is to try to use a mix of metals, books, marble, and sort of vertically move things, you know, books on one corner on one shelf, books on the opposite corner on the next shelf. I've had that wreath a couple of years, and I'm experimenting with having pumpkins up here. I'm not sure if I'm loving this or not, but I'm calling that good enough for now because I'm really just decorating for me. I got the glass pumpkin at Hobby Lobby this year. I've had the rest of the stuff for a while. That little tiny pumpkin artwork came from Michael's this year. And the little artwork in the back here with the pumpkins on it also came from Michael's. I think those were 50% off when I got those. So I've been a little spendy, but it's been fun jazzing things up, and I'm enjoying it. And I try to do a little bit of evening things out. So when I'm sitting back here on this sofa, I kind of have my Libran balanced look to things, books on each side, a light on each shelf across from each other. And, it's working for me for now. I may try painting those bookcases gray. We'll see. I've had that mirror several years. Here's that artwork from Aldi. That's the spot I wanted it for. And I replaced out this little table. It had been a cheapo little table I'd gotten years ago at Ross for I think $30. And that one I found at Ross last month for only $40. I couldn't believe. And then this little leaf metal artwork, I got that at Joann's years ago. And aren't we all sad that Joann's closed? It just breaks my heart every time I drive by it. And this little window seat or window ledge is a fun spot to decorate, but I sort of struggle because of how big it is. And this year I tried kind of my usual 3 big things there and decided I'm over that. And I consulted Gabby, and she sent me an inspo pic, and it really struck my fancy. So I tried to do my best to recreate that, and I'm happy with it. And it looks really good at night. So moving on to the dining area, and my favorite piece of fall artwork I snagged this year. This was from Hobby Lobby. You may have seen it in my little shopping tour. This was on the regular wall decor, and I got it for 50% off. So I paid a total of $40, which I think is a great deal considering how large that piece is. And I'm loving the muted, moody colors. This is the fall centerpiece that I did a couple of years ago from stuff I had on hand, and I picked up just a couple of stems to round it out this year. I DIY'd the vase. I DIY'd this vessel. These acorns are from Burlington. Those were $9.99 a set. The horse head is from Bell's, which is a Florida store. And I DIY'd this lamp base. It was $8, crazy green color from the Thrifty 5 years ago almost now. But I've really enjoyed having these DIY'd aged vessels here on this buffet. I may change that up next year, but for now, that area is really working for me and probably my favorite vignette for the fall. I may try changing out that tree. It's a little too green, but I've spent enough and I think I'll just live with it. I went more formal this year with my dining room table than I have in a long time, which is kind of silly because I won't be having company for Thanksgiving probably, but I'm enjoying it. And this centerpiece was a combination of 2 that I snagged at Burlington, and I used the one that had the candle holder in it as the base, and I placed that in a little wooden tray I had for years and rounded it out with another one. These little napkin rings I got at Hobby Lobby. Napkins are from Home Goods. The plates are from Dollar Tree years ago, and I think the chargers are from AC Moore. I got this velvet runner this year, and now I'm kind of regretting that I went with velvet. I wish I'd gone with something a little more textured, but it is what it is. So, and then this console table, if you guys had watched last year's fall video, you saw that I went with very, very neutral tones over here. So I've added a little more color. I got most of these pots from Ross. This very orange pot is so heavy and large, but it's a little too orange for me, so I will probably do some faux painting just to bring that down a little bit. But I do like the combination here, and the colors tie into the picture, so that's nice. some black candlesticks, and just a few doodads here on the bottom. Picked up this little woven acorn at Dollar Tree for $3. Couldn't get over it. I mean, it doesn't look high end per se, but the wovens are so popular this year. I figured for $3, just toss it in that basket. So now let's move on to the kitchen. I'll show you the little bit of stuff that I'm doing out there. I really enjoy having this quasi-island to decorate, and I did this little tray pretty much the same way last year. I'm still enjoying it. I made that little potpourri, and the one thing I changed up in this area this year was to go with a different look for my quasi coffee bar. I had just a little box here that I use for Keurig coffee cups when the girls live with me, but I drink big pots of coffee every morning, so I got rid of the Keurig and I decided to go with a little tray here to pull things together and make them look more cohesive. Again, I'm trying to go with textured things. I found that little leaf printed vase, I think at Ross of all places. And these little glass jars are vases from Hobby Lobby I got this year, I think for like $1.50. And I just cut up wine corks to use, and I use them to keep my pills in that I take every day. It's a fun way to add decor that's inexpensive that you use every day. And then my second favorite artwork that I found this year is this little piece on the kitchen counter. And I love the way it totally changed up the vibe of the kitchen. And then I've got this sort of acorn-shaped cutting board that I'm using as a tray, so to speak. I've got a little lamp here that I found at, I think it was Home Goods. And you could see that as a Christmas tree or a leaf on that lamp. I love the colors in the picture, that moody vibe. And you got to have your fall soap and whatnot. And then I added a black vase here for my ivy, and just mix this little vignette up a little bit differently than I have in the past. And in this little corner, I put the cutting boards, the usual thing, and then this floral that I got at Burlington for the win, $12.99. I like the florals. I like the textured vase. My daughters bought me the pumpkin casserole a few birthdays ago. Now, over here, I want to get rid of that lamp. Not mine. Came with the house. I got some magnolia leaves from a neighbor's tree. They're a little worse for the wear, so I'll probably switch those out for those burgundy stems I got at Aldi today. And then this artwork is one of those I got on 90% off at Hobby Lobby. I love that it has the barn and just the Kansas vibes. Makes me homesick just looking at it. Now let's take a quick peek at the early fall decor that I've done in the bedroom. Not much, but just wanted to share it with you. Got a few doodads out here in my little hallway. This artwork's from, I think, Marshall's. A little black here and there. The moody vibe going. I'd like to put some kind of a light up there because all I have are these can lights, and it gets a little dark in that area at night. I might have to get one of those sconces. We'll see. But more 90% off Hobby Lobby artwork over the bed here. I could not believe this was marked spring, you guys. Look at this painting. How can you call that spring? And it would have been $60, so I paid $6 for this, and I love it. And the walls are sort of short in my room because of the tray ceiling, so that's perfect for in here over my bed. And I'll probably switch the sheets out for rust tones and that sort of thing when it gets a little cooler outside. But for now, it's still in the 90s, so I'm going with the light textured linens. Another great Burlington floral. And I like the vase in that one too. And then I had thought I would be buying this little candle warmer for my bookcase, but it turned out to be about an inch too tall. And I was all set to return it, and then it dawned on me that would look really good in here in my bedroom. And I like the little ambient light in the evening when I don't have the lamps on. So that's working for me. And I got this little runner at Ross just a few days ago. Again, I love the texture. It was $8.99, you guys. Love that. And now I'll insert some footage here so you can see what everything looks like lit up at night. And my fresh flowers in their amber vase. You just have to love the cozy ambiance of the glowing candles. And of course, as those temperatures drop, all of this moody, cozy ambiance will seem even more special. I'm going to have to wait till November for cooler temps, and I am so envious of my daughters in Kansas City. They've already got beautiful fall weather coming. Gotta love the flameless candles. That's the way to go, in my opinion. It's cracking me up the way these woven pumpkins look like spiders on the ceiling. So that's a wrap on the fall decor doings over here. I hope you guys are all looking forward to getting your fall on, and I look forward to seeing your videos if you put one up. I hope you enjoyed this shop with me and the tour of my fall decor. If so, please consider giving it a like down below and subscribe if you haven't already. And stop by next week when I put up a video showing everyone 5 different tablescape ideas along with a couple of little minor DIYs. Thanks for stopping in, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video.